this subject truly is timeless. It is about you. It is about being alive. It is about discovery. It is about feeling. And it is about that joy that exists in the heart of every human being. This is about you feeling that feeling. It's about you enjoying your existence because you recognize how rich you are.
My name's Jeff Hart, and I'm a swimmer. I have swam internationally in Australia and competed internationally here in America. I've been swimming since college on a master's swim team, and there I've broken 3 American records and 2 world records. I was about a half a second away from making Olympic trials. I ended up promoting into beach lifeguarding, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. You know, I can hold my breath for 2.5 minutes, which has helped me with lifeguarding. It keeps me in shape. I'm making a difference. I'm, saving people's lives, and it keeps me motivated. It keeps my void filled. When I wake up and I go swim in the morning, I just feel at peace. I feel at harmony.
In our lives, we need inspiration so that we can do those things that make the most of this lifetime. Make the most of being here. That something that gives meaning to being here, being alive. These are the driving engines that are going to inspire me to enjoy myself. This is about you. Just you. Your journey, your existence, your heart, your contentment. When you are content, all those attributes that the society wants happen naturally. When you are content, those around you take notice. Long time ago, I was traveling through India. They had packed a lunch for me, and I was hungry, had a great lunch in a car, driving, and then realized there was no water packed. Something is always forgotten out of the cooler. If there's soft drinks in the cooler, the bottle opener is forgotten. If the bottle opener is there, the soft drinks are forgotten. So water was forgotten. And to this day, this is over 40 years ago. To this day, I remember this person's face. He was a little farmer on the side of the road. And by hand, he was pulling the water up and watering his fields. And we went up to him and I said, "You think we could have some water?" And he said, "Of course." And he said, I don't have much of a house. It's just a little hut. But I've got some bread and I've got some pickles. Would you like to come and eat? And I looked at him and I said to myself, who taught him these manners? And then I realized it wasn't manners. It was this beautiful, sweet gift that everyone has been given called humanity. To understand the value of humanity. To provide each other with dignity. To provide each other that space to pursue happiness. To pursue peace. People who want to make a difference, my hat's off to you. I salute you because you want to make a difference. And the fact that you can make a difference is absolutely the evidence that goodness has not died out. That you want to make a difference. You care.
I've definitely had certain experiences. One recent was probably the most difficult decision I've ever had to make. I was lifeguarding down in the harbor, and I was on the rescue boat, and I went to go check on a windsurfer, and he was floating face up, lifeless. And I was by myself on the boat, and you know, I had pretty much no idea what to do. I grabbed him, but I couldn't pull him in the boat. If I was by myself, so I couldn't ditch the boat, and even if I did, you know, that was our life raft. Like, what am I going to do in the water with him? So I got on the radio with one hand and called for backup, but I knew backup was going to take at least 5 minutes to get there. So it was a difficult decision, and I was just holding him for 5 minutes, waiting for somebody else to get there, not being able to do anything. And fire department ended up getting there and bringing him. We were able to find a pulse on him. We were able to get him back on a pulse, but he'd been out for so long. Last I heard, he was still in a coma. I felt that I did the best I could, and you know, we're faced with those difficult decisions every day, and it was hard, but you know, it just makes me stronger that I know that I can do this job, and it furthers my passion for being a lifeguard, because I know I can do this and I know I can make a difference. I'm not sure what my purpose in life is. I know there are certain things that can be purposeful in my life. For example, lifeguarding. I feel I'm really contributing to the community and to the public safety, and some people could classify that as having a purpose. I just love to do it.
Success comes from your heart, as peace comes from your heart, not from here, not from your intellect. You must understand what this is for. This can teach you how to cook. This can teach you how to drive. This can teach you how to fly. This can teach you how to ride a bike. But the true fulfillment, this cannot give you. This can give you more desires, but the true fulfillment only comes from within the depths of your being. And this is the place from within you that the peace needs to emanate. We become philosophical about peace. Peace is not a philosophy. Peace is a feeling.
1, 2, 3, 4. My name is Preston Walker, and I am a musician, I guess. I've pretty much been playing music, at least this semester in school, at all times of the day that I'm not in class or studying. And all the gifts I've been waiting to receive. Everything that happens that I do is done on a background with the background of music. For me, when I listen to or play music that is coming from an emotional place, it just is like, it's like a higher feeling. It's like different in a better way. So that's usually what leads me to sit down at the piano or on guitar, is just like a feeling that I feel like I need to get somehow harnessed and like put into an understandable thing. A lot of my writing is based on trying to understand my world. Now I've learned to keep my heart. I mean, I've been listening to my dad play various classical and jazz arrangements since I was in the womb. Like, it's always been a part of my life. silence, I'll know where I'm.
I love your stories.
Family is like something that is just like unchangingly amazing. It's such a consistent source of love, which is a very, or just emotion in general. So that's almost like a go-to place, the most common inspiration. The last time that I played a live show was at the Whiskey A Go-Go with this band that I'm in now, Alphabet. And like when we started playing, there was something around like here up to my face, like actually inside my body that was just like, it must have been adrenaline. It's not an original, I mean, I'm sure like it's just an adrenaline rush, like, but it was just like, what is going on right now? Like there is something happening that I don't know, like, I don't know what it means, but this is amazing. And it was like I was like gonna burst. Like the feeling of being a part of that music and where that's happening, and I'm looking at the audience and I feel like there's something like brewing inside. I guess, I don't want to sound cheesy, but like inside my soul, and I'm just like, I just want to rain that on people. I just want it to like shower down on people.
What is a guitar? What is a flute? What is a drum? You hear somebody play flute, and if they don't have that passion, it will not be expressed. If there is frustration, then the frustration is what is going to come out. For the passion to happen, for this life to be a representative of that passion, the passion has to be inside. You have to be in touch with that beauty that is inside of you. But the question really is, do you, as a human being on the face of this earth for a limited period of time, have peace in your life? Imagine, if you will, a guitar that is beautifully crafted, mother of pearl inlays, gold knobs for tuning, the most exquisite wood, but no strings. What can you do with this guitar? You can play it like a drum, hit somebody over the head, use it as a table. Let's see, what all could you do with this guitar? You could sit on it, if it's not too delicate. You could definitely beat out a rhythm. If somebody was trying to steal your luggage, you could hit them over the head. Well, basically, you can do anything you want to do with this guitar. Anything you want to do with this guitar, save one. And you know what that is? Play it. If it doesn't have the strings, that's the thing you cannot do. Everything else you can do. But for everything else, this wasn't made. It was made to be played. And that's how it is that without peace, we can do all the other things. But in a way, is that what we were made for? Is that the reason that we are here for? Is that not our potential to experience peace? Could you play that guitar if it had finger smudges on it? So far it had the strings, of course. Could you play that guitar if it didn't look all shiny? Of course. Because its beauty, its purpose gets completed when that twang of the perfectly tuned strings and the fingers roll across those bars as the strings are strummed. And music is played. The smile, your being, your gratitude is your music. And then comes the most incredible part, and the most incredible part is enjoying that music. That is something that takes place inside of you. You are the machine that can enjoy. You are that house in which that power dwells. You are that house in which every day the blessing of life comes.
I'm Phyllis Muldaven. I've been an art teacher for 40-some years and an artist, and I've just retired. My early beginnings were actually near James Bay, where we had no roads or anything into that town. I came from a remote area and gradually moved south. I think a combination of living in those kinds of remote areas near nature that, first of all, that touched me deeply. And then every summer, my mom and dad would send me down to Ottawa to stay with my grandparents. So they would take me to museums and art galleries. That had a profound effect. So careful. When I finally did graduate and get my degrees, I began teaching as an art teacher. So I had hundreds of children all the time. Not children, young people mainly at a community college. And that became really fulfilling for me, to see not only was I working and developing my dream, I was passing on to them a love of who they were already, and that if they could get in touch with their own center, they could develop something unique to themselves. And so I think I'm part of the human race, and what I'm doing here, exercising my freedom in this particular part of the world, is I get the freedom to paint and to say what I think. And I guess I want to give back. I want to give something. So I see two sides of it. I see that it doesn't matter at all, and the other side is it matters a great deal. So I just live between right on the edge of both. There's a great satisfaction into doing that, because not only have you had these ephemeral thoughts, but now you've created form from them. That's fun. I would think people who build buildings must have this. Great photographers who create a great picture and develop it must have this feeling of, wow, I did that. And the more they do it, the more exciting it is. Maybe exciting isn't the word, but it must be satisfying that they're completing some reason for their being here. I guess I think in a childlike way that the more of those moments I have would be fulfillment. But it could be that it just takes one. Maybe it'll just be before I leave this world that I have a great moment of fulfillment, and that would be enough. I will not want to leave the planet till I know more about that. So maybe that's part of my quest, is to learn, to be open to life.
If each one of us can be that lamp that is lit with knowledge, lit with understanding, lit with clarity, then we hold in us the potential to light unlimited amounts of unlit lamps. That's the possibility. That's the possibility. One lit lamp can light countless unlit lamps. So, not only that it is possible, but it begins with you, the search within you, in your heart, about the possibility of peace. You have to take that first step, and that first step is to begin to have access to you, to your heart, because it is in the depths of the heart that lies the thirst that will lead you to the well. Thirsty can understand the value of water. Hungry can understand the value of food. And you need to feel that thirst in your life that dwells inside of you. Your life, your existence means something to you. That is important. We see all the bad things that happen to us because we are alive, and we fail to see the goodness of this breath coming inside of us. We obviously see all the needs and all the problems that we have in our life, but we do not see the beauty, the joy that it means to be alive. Look within you and find your thirst. Look within you and find your quest. Look within you and find what it is that you want. That's what you got to get to. And not from looking outside will you find it. Only when you really and truly learn to turn within will you even begin to see in the right direction. And if you want to begin your search, then search no more. Find. Because what you're looking for has an address. And in English, it's in 3 letters. Y-O-U. You. You. That's where it begins.